Hotep, everyone. My name is Rob Hotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13scienceastrology.com. The question was asked of me, how does one raise their energy up into the fourth and fifth dimension? And the second part to this question is, in the fourth and fifth dimension, are we going to still have our bodies, and are we going to be physical? Now let me first lay a foundation. We are in a time of a shift. Scientists have discovered, back in the times of Einstein, they've been discovered the fourth dimension. But as recent as 2000, the year 2000, scientists have actually discovered 11 dimensions. Based on my meditations, my communications, and transmissions with different entities, I understand that it's over 33 dimensions right now. Now, to understand dimensions, you have to be able to take your mind outside of space and time. Because when you get into the fourth dimension, we're in the third dimension right now. We're in the third dimension. We are third dimensional beings. When you get into the fourth dimension, we lose our concept of time, because time is an illusion. And what time does is it measures space. The reason why we're in the fourth dimension is because we evolved into the fourth dimension based upon us having to go out for our survival, based upon us having to destroy things for us to live. What I mean by that is that in order for humans to live, and all animals on this third dimensional reality to live, we have to destroy things. We have to destroy things to eat. We have to destroy things to build. We have to destroy things to drink. We have to destroy things to wear our clothing. Now, just because we're vegetarians, some of us, doesn't mean that we're off the hook, because we have to destroy nature in order for us to exist. And this is what traps us into the third dimensional reality. And this is a part of our evolution. Now, to understand what the first and second dimensions are, you would have to go back to studying cells and organisms and fungi. See, we evolved from cells. Cells is the one-dimensional reality that we evolved from. We evolved from a group of cells, literally. And even further than that is a group of atoms, but that's going the other way in science. But as far as us physically, we evolved from cells. So on this third dimensional reality, we are a composition of millions of cells and atoms. And we are actually, see, this is what scientists have found out later on, is that we are actually light beings. You see, our vibration is slowed down so that we look physical, but we are light beings. Now, what I mean by light beings is this. You are a light. The only reason why you see me is because of light. The only reason why, and it's not just because of the lights inside of your PC or the lighting inside of your cell phone or whatever you're viewing me through. You're seeing me, even if I was physically in your presence, you're really only seeing me because of your ability to reflect light. You're seeing me from your brain. Your eye acts as a lens that reflects the light to your brain, and then you in turn see me. So to understand the third dimension, we have to get into light and light codes. See, the dimensions are predicated upon light. Humans are blind to various higher vibrations of light, and they're deaf to various vibrations of sound, because sound and light and truth are the same things, and they're one and the same. but I won't go into that here. So, in order to understand the fourth and fifth dimension, you must get your mind out of time and space. Because time only exists on the third dimension. It's a part of our evolutionary cycle to understand. See, this is a part of the evolution that I'm speaking of when I say we are on an evolutionary planet. We must under, and understand that in order for us to evolve, we have to go into higher frequencies of light. We have to raise our energy up to that level. Now, to first understand, if you want to understand what the fourth dimension is, you have to understand what's called the mental plane, or the mental. The fourth dimension is based on what's called the mental plane, the mind. To totally understand how this works, I would suggest that you get a book called Science of Mind. It's a pretty good book. And pretty much, I'm just going to help you understand it really simple, because these things are really simple, but we make them more complex. In the fourth dimension, we are minds. We are minds. Everything that we do is based on our mind. We get our energy based on our mind. We speak to another based on our mind. We go to another place or travel to another territory based on our mind. And in the fourth dimension, we will still have bodies. To answer your question, the person that asked this, we will still have bodies in the fourth dimension and even in the fifth dimension. But you must understand what type of body you will have. You will have a mental body. We have to evolve to get to the fourth dimension. Is just like really almost dying, believe it or not. Now, us occultists and metaphysicians, we know that there is no death. There's only transformation, resurrection, ascension, or you could just go straight over to the fourth dimension. So you don't even have to shed the body. You can actually take your body over. And this is what we will have to learn how to do to get to the fourth dimension, is to take our body over into that dimension through the power of our mind first. Now, the mind can only get you to the fourth dimension. Now, we are still in the third dimension. Now, I know we have a lot of teachers out there saying that we have to evolve to the fifth dimension. But you can't get to number 5 until you first master number 4. It's just like school. You can't get to the 6th grade or the 5th grade till you pass the 4th grade. You can't even get to the 4th grade till you pass the 3rd. And we haven't even mastered the 3rd, because each dimension has sub-levels to it. So we are only in a certain level of the 3rd grade, or the 3rd dimension. Now, some people have entered into the 4th dimension and are beginning to build up their body. So you have to build a body for yourself in order to exist in that dimension. That's essentially what humans are going to do. If you want to understand, we have to build a mental body for ourselves. This is what the 4th dimension, this is what the 4th dimension is all about. It's about building a mental body for yourself. And the only way to do this is to first understand, and overstand meditation and the different levels and states of meditation. To understand the 4th dimension, you can go into the dream state, and that will help you to understand the 4th dimension. See, in the dream state, you can do things in there that you can't do in the confinements of your body, because in the dream state, you are actually in the 4th dimension. If you want to understand the 4th dimension, then go into the dream state. And this is when you get into the realm of the mind. If you want to understand the 4th dimension, watch the movie called Inception. Good movie. This is when you get into the realm of the mind and thinking things into reality. See, that's what the 4th dimension is predicated upon, thinking things into reality. Everything that's done on the 4th dimension is done through thought. Nothing is going out to do. You don't have to destroy anything. You just think things until you attract. And you use the universal laws to govern, to get the things that you want. And if you don't understand the universal laws, you need to get certain books to understand that. Because there are 7 different universal laws. I'm not going to go into that here, but I have a video called The Kabbalion that goes into that. The Kabbalion is the basis of universal law. Now, to understand the 5th dimension, you have to understand spirit. 4th dimension is mind, 5th dimension is spirit. So in order for us to evolve into the 5th dimension, this is when we become simply beings. And I know that's hard for you to understand. In the 5th dimension, there is no time but now. See, in the 4th dimension, you can go from different time periods. You can travel from the past, present, future, and you can move around in different time periods. And this is what fourth dimensional reptilians do to you. So they can go into the future and then come back, and that's why they know what you're going to do in the future, because they can go back and forth from the future to the present to the past all the time. But see, you're locked in the third dimension, and this is why they always keep one over you. Unless you're on a higher spiritual level, you can go to the fourth dimension too. But on the fifth dimension, it's even past that. If you really want to beat the reptilians and beat these entities, you have to, your goal is to get to the fifth dimension where you simply be. That's the only way I can describe it. This is when you become a being, a true being. See, there's beings that exist on the fifth dimension, and they do have bodies, but not the bodies that you see. These bodies are made of what's called spirit. And the key to get to the fifth dimension is through breath. Because your respiratory system, respiratory system is the basis to get to the fifth dimension and experience the fifth dimension while you're still in the third dimension. And what you have to do to get to these higher dimensions is to begin to build up bodies for yourself, to begin to build up mental bodies, to begin to build up spiritual bodies, to experience higher versions of light that you can't see with the naked eye. You have to have an open third eye to see higher versions of light, what's called the UV spectrum. Humans are blind to certain lights. We can only see certain lights on what's called the UV spectrum, or what we can see, which is called visible light. We can only see visible light. But there's lights higher than visible light, and we can't see those lights. And this is what the dimensions are based on. Now, when you get to the higher dimensions, like I said, there's over 33 dimensions from my understanding in my meditations, because this is when you get into dark matter, a realm they haven't even discovered yet. So you not only do you got light in the highest form of light, which is like the white light, but then over that's when you get into the black light, dark matter, which is actually an experience of dimensions that certain humans will have to learn how to evolve too. Now, even extraterrestrials on different levels, they have to evolve on different levels of dimensions and being able to experience higher dimensions. But I'm not going to go into their situation right now. This is our situation. So I hope that lays a foundation for you to really help you to understand exactly what evolving from the third to the fourth to the fifth dimension is. You have to build a body for yourself, and there's certain meditations that you can do to begin to build a body for yourself. And it takes some people a long time to do this. Some people, I've heard, it took them 8, 9, 10 years to build up a body for themselves where they exist on another dimension. The benefits of this is when you build up this body for yourself, you become immortal. You cannot die, because you can heal yourself of any disease based upon doing the proper meditations and building up a body for yourself. And I'm going to do a video on this that goes specifically into it, but the body is called the Merkaba. So you have to build up a Merkaba for yourself to experience those higher dimensions. You have to create an avatar for those higher dimensions, because you're locked in third dimensional reality. You can only exist and experience, these dimensions through higher vibrations and raising your vibration to match that vibration. So the fourth dimension is mental. The fifth dimension is spiritual. This is the spiritual plane. So I hope that helps. If you want me to do any other videos, if you have further questions about this video, feel free to shoot me an email, 13signastrology@gmail.com. I wanted to say this before I close this video out. I make these videos for the people, free of charge. Anything that you want me to talk about, I can talk about it. Now, if you're interested in certain private sessions and things of that nature, you can visit my website, which is 13signastrology.com. If you're interested in a guided meditation to help to learn how to build the Merkaba and to build the new world for yourself in those dimensions, you have to do this. This is something that every human has to do if you want to make it through the shift. The shift is about going to the next dimension. If you want to make it through this shift and want to break free from this control, feel free to send me an email and I'll teach you on how to begin this process. I thank you for watching this video. For more enlightening videos, please visit my website. And I want to say peace and paradise to you all.